Hey guys, it's your best. Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. Rachel, let's talk about Big Baby! Jarrell Big Baby Miller, the opportunity of a lifetime. But more importantly, we have Anthony Joshua coming over to fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller. June 1st, Madison Square Garden in New York. Do you think this is a bigger event or when the Beatles came over from the UK? And do you think we'll see a similar scene at the airports?
No.
No
on both accounts. So we got the official, I guess I got the official notification.
The official notification. It's not truly official. So like, just earlier this week I wrote about this potential fight. Gambling.com, but it wasn't official. They hadn't released the announcement.
Yeah.
So what happens is they'll release the press release and they'll announce it on Twitter. But it's not truly official, even if it's on Boxer and all that stuff is done, until a notification is gone to Rachel's from Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel's phone. So it is official. Rachel can announce that today. Rachel, how excited are you about this particular fight?
Yeah. So we talked a little earlier about the fight and what we thought about it from the perspective of Miller. And what I said was, I feel like all of us know, we have a good idea of what the outcome of this fight is going to be, and that is Anthony Joshua is going to be the winner. But regardless, there's still a lot to be excited for in this fight, and so I think that it's a good test for Miller, to fight like somebody at the top of his weight class. I think that it's interesting for Joshua because Miller is a named opponent who we all know who he is. And even if we feel confident Joshua is going to win, I still want to see how he's going to win because I'm going to compare how he fights against Miller against, Fury, potential matchups against Fury or Wilder too. No. And so the more I get to see Joshua in the ring, the better. And then aside from that, it is also his stateside debut. And we don't get a lot of airtime of Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, really.
I'm not really familiar with him, and so I remember when I saw him fight. But it was in Britain, and I remember it was a post-fight interview, and I kind of thought, just in that moment, I think he was leaned up against the ropes, and I kind of thought he was full of himself, and I wasn't like. But then you remember when he came over, and he was like,
he sat ringside.
And
it was on the zone, but he was ringside for another fight. I don't remember what fight it was.
Yeah.
But he called the action.
And he was like really likable, and he knew a ton about the sport, and he treated the sport with respect. Like you could tell he appreciated boxing and wanted to do what was best for boxing and all that he was saying. And so, yeah, like I'm excited to get for the promotions that are going to lead up to this fight because we're going to get to see more of Anthony Joshua, and we haven't got to see very much of him.
Yeah, and like you, I believe that Joshua is a virtual lock to win this fight, and that's for several reasons. But that being said, who would Joshua fight if not Jarrell Miller? We want him in the ring and fighting.
Yeah.
He's not going to fight Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Those two have unfinished business. I have in front of me the top 10 heavyweights per Ring magazine, or simply known as The Ring. And you got Joshua 1, Fury, Wilder, or the next. Then Dillian White. He already knocked out Dillian White. Got Luis Ortiz. I'd love to see that fight, but that fight's probably not promotionally capable of happening, at least until and if Ortiz could get a title belt. Then you've got Povetkin, who Joshua just knocked out as well. Joseph Parker. He already beat Joseph Parker too. You've got Adam Kownacki at number 8. I don't know how to say his name. The Polish heavyweight. He's a PBC fighter. That fight would be really difficult to make. And also, if you're if you're Adam's promotional outfit, you're not going to put him in the ring yet with him. He's still early in his career. I actually don't quite understand how he's ranked number 8 ahead of Jarrell Big Baby Miller. He's the next guy on the list. He really is the next highest ranked heavyweight that Joshua could conceivably fight. Of all the people we named, only 2 that could potentially be made ahead of him, like we said, are Luis Ortiz and Adam Kownacki. And I don't think that I'm saying Adam Konacki's name right. Because I didn't watch him fight the other day. I've seen him fight, and I watched some of the fight. But I didn't listen to how his name was pronounced. But I'll tell you what I do listen to how it's pronounced is Big Baby! I love Big Baby because he's affable. And I've realized recently that I only use the word affable when somebody's kind of fattish. If somebody's kind of large and happy, I say affable. But affable isn't just applied to Jarrell Miller and Kelsey McCarthy. It applies to other people. He's a likable guy, and he's really excited about the fight. He's already posting about it on social media. Here's why I don't like that fight for Miller. I like that fight for Miller because this is a big chance for him. This is what he wants to do. He's undefeated. He's never going to have another opportunity like this again, potentially, if he doesn't take it, right? You just never know unless he just maintains an elite level. But here's why you take the fight. I don't think he's an elite level boxer. I think that he is a good contender and that he's made a lot out of his career. And this is great for him and will be kind of where he meets his match, his ceiling, so to speak. Here's a question I'll give you, a historical question for Rachel. How many former kickboxers have become heavyweight champion of the world?
One?
I don't know. It's a pretty low number. I think, and I don't remember, but I think one of the Klitschko's had done some kind of kickboxing, but I don't know how much they did it. And, you know, when the point is when you think about great heavyweight champions, I don't think, oh, he's a former kickboxer, right? I think, oh, this guy's been boxing since he was 8 and didn't do anything else, because whenever you open yourself up to other disciplines, you know, nobody in the UFC is going to come over and beat a world champion professional boxer. We've seen that, and that doesn't go well. So for Miller, I think he's a fighting man. He's a real fighter. Obviously, if you can go 1-2 as a kickboxer and do what he's done as a professional boxer as well, you can fight. But I don't think you can fight at the very highest level, which is what I believe Anthony Joshua, where he is as a fighter.
Right.
Just pivoting to this now. That's a good transition. They'll probably, years from now, they'll come back to this and be like, this is how you segue into whatever. Changing the subject now. Changing the subject now, robot. I forgot what I was going to say now. Okay. And then he forgot. I'll tell you what we don't forget. We don't forget telling you to like, comment, and subscribe. That's basically everything before this is just for us to get to this point to tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. And sometimes we do it very seriously. And sometimes we do it in England. We're like, hello, like, comment, and subscribe. Jolly ho. I don't know how to talk. I've never been to England, so.